So it's day 247 of Hey, what are you doing today? How to begin this one? I guess just the word failure. Failure on a really unique level. 2 days ago, today being the second day, roughly 2 days ago, I opened up a new commitment to try to be perfect. In my actions, in my in my eating, in my thoughts, and what I say, and immediately I got hit with a series of tests. And at first I thought I passed the one test, but then I discovered I failed miserably at the next test that was thrown at me. And I got a lot of digging out to do at this point. But it was interesting because yesterday I was listening to something, and the message was when to move fast and when to move slow, which is an interesting concept. And the elements that I missed, that now after hearing it, I understand it a little better after what happened, was moving slow when you're angry, moving slow when you're depressed, moving slow when you're hurt. Slow to act, I guess, is what it really means. Not to when you're irate, it's best to slow down. Those kind of things. You know, and it's funny because for me, there's always a communication. When I know something's not right, inherently I know, not to do something, not to. Or a lot of times we're given buttons that we can push on certain people. Push this button, make this comment, say this thing, do this thing. Uh, create this reaction, and without getting into too much detail. But it's one of those things I knew I needed to just bite my tongue. I needed to change the way I was thinking. I needed to concentrate on the positive elements of the world I live in versus the negative element that was bothering me. And I got so wrapped up in this negative element and carried it home, and said the wrong thing. And it was interesting too, because it was one of those things where my day was so pushed, and every now and again this will happen, and I'm not afraid to admit it, but it's something that I know is totally wrong. But every now and again you get so stressed out, you just want to go home and you want to have a drink of something. And I was at that level yesterday, but the thing was, I had made the commitment to be perfect and not have a drink, so not have any kind of no bad food, no alcohol, whatever the case might be for the duration of this, and try to perfect what's going on. And so I overcame that challenge, and I really thought that was the challenge. I thought, well, this is the challenge. You made the commitment, so the ether's throwing it back at you to see if you're really committed or not. This was my thought process. And so I get home, and I avoid that situation of having a drink and relaxing, and that's all it would have been. But it's just one of those things. I went to bed with a bad feeling, woke up with a bad feeling, and that's where I failed the test. Instead of overcoming it, outgrowing it, finding my center and being a better person, being a stronger person, I took the weak route out, and had a reaction that I can't be proud of. And it's nothing that horrible or anything. I don't want to make it sound like something like that, but it's just one of those things that it was a lesson. It was really, it was another thing that I read not too long ago, but it comes up as just before a breakthrough, there's always one last big test. And that's kind of what it felt like. I felt like I was on the verge of the breakthrough, and here's the last big test. And I passed half of it, but I failed the other half pretty miserably. And it's reteaching me a lesson. It's reteaching me, it's funny because now I'm seeing the negative value in the negative reaction. What that caused. It's right in front of me. Can I correct it? Hopefully. but it's a tough lesson. It's a strong lesson. Just a matter of being strong enough, being powerful enough to never let the emotions control me. Never let an emotion get the best of me. No matter what's happened, no matter how wrong it is, or there's another strong saying: never take anything personally. And then not necessarily saying, but it's something I've learned. Trying to take something personally, and if you don't take it personally, then you have immunity in all situations, and that's such a great thought. I would love to be able to really make that a part of my life. It's something that it sounds like a simple lesson, but in practice, it's presented the difficulty of what it is. It could be very simple. It could be beautifully simple. Um, but it's still an element of reality and real life, and in a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at things, and something that's new and something I'm unaccustomed to. So it's something that I've got to develop a little bit more. But you don't take anything personally, you have immunity in all situations. That's a good line. So here I was taking something personally, and I knew too last night when this was going on, the one event that kind of caused the chain of events, the one little negative event. As I concentrated on the negative aspect of that event, that negativity grew more and more and more until it took over the whole night and all the morning. And now this day, almost 24 hours based on my reaction to one little negative aspect of uh, of the day. And so here I am. Hopefully, I've learned this lesson this time. But that's an interesting thing too. Is if a lesson, I've noticed that if a lesson isn't learned, I'll continue to get hit with it until I really achieve that. And I guess you know what, I need to be grateful for that. That might be the best element to best way to look at that is you know basically I just need to learn. I need to learn that lesson. I need to really be able to practice it. So that's it. Move slowly when the emotions are riled up. Just when you, when I feel the emotions starting to take control, slow down. Remember that lesson. Remember that I'm immune if I don't take anything personally, and just definitely stay in control. Day 247. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.